It's 12 GMT in Banjul, and from Grts, we welcome you to the news. In our major stories this half hour, the government of the Gambia signed 2 loan agreements with the Islamic Development Bank to enhance the operational capabilities of NAWEC and GAMTEL. The Gambia Armed Forces prepares to host officers from 40 African countries who will be in Banjul to attend US-supported Africa Endeavour test exercise. Joy and jubilation in Juba as South Sudan finally joins the World Committee of Independent Sovereign Nations. And the Senegalese government agrees to send former Chadian President Hissène Habré back to N'Djamena, much to the chagrin of human rights groups in Dakar. These stories and much more coming ahead in the news. I am Aissatou Mane. We thank you for joining us. The Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs, Mamboure Ndiaye, has signed 2 loan agreements between the government of the Gambia and the Islamic Development Bank. The financing agreements are expected to boost the operational capabilities of NAWEC and GAMTEL. Mohamed Jamal Cisse tells us more.
Energy and telecoms giants may be basking in the recent efforts of the Finance and Economic Affairs Ministry after the ministry succeeds in signing 2 financing agreements with the Islamic Development Bank.
The Birkama Power Project 2 will purchase a 20 megawatt generating set together with all the associated ancillary equipment is required. This new project is expected to complete the missing fiber network as well as replace existing and obsolete equipment and thereby restoring GAMTEL to that former glory.
The agreements signed under the auspices of the Finance and Economic Affairs Minister Mamboure Ndiaye on the sidelines of IDB's 36th annual meetings in Jeddah, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, cumulatively amounts to tens of millions of US dollars.
In monetary terms, for the Birkama Power Project 2, it will cost about $25 million. While the ECO1 project would be about $27 million.
The conclusion of these 2 loan agreements between the Gambia government and IDB are expected to expand the energy coverage of NAWEC, power supply reliability and affordability, as well as improve GAMTEL's operations, restating it to its past glory. Such a huge sum of loan earmarked for 2 of the most important public institutions, NAWEC and GAMTEL, a Finance and Economic Affairs DPS says is a venture worth for the money.
We have tested the 2 projects financially as well as technically and found them viable. And we believe also that they are self-financing. And the financing mode that we have applied and used for are also quite appropriate because they are long-term, quite concessional, barely within 1% of interest rate, and of course have a grace period of about 10 years. And will be repaid over a very long period of time.
Okay. Do you also monitor the implementation of the projects to make sure that they are used for what they are?
Of course, we at the Ministry of Finance we have a unit, a central project management unit that of course work very closely with the project implementation units or project coordination units as it were. But management of funds of the projects and coordination of project implementation is the responsibilities of the MDAs.
Recently, the Gambia has succeeded in winning many loan agreements from the international financial institutions. Does that demonstrate that the Gambia has been having a record of credibility when it comes to loan payment?
We've been tested from time and time again, and we've never failed. And for that reason, even in the recent hostile financial environment. You've seen everybody rushing to us to give us money, indicating that our resource mobilization strategy as government is working.
Taking loans, officials say, might not be wrong in any way. What is wrong is improper management of loans to defeat their purposes and taint your credibility by failing your side of repayment bargain. For Grts News, I am Mohamed Jamal Sise.